Welcome back to another episode of my Seattle Mariners franchise here on MLB The Show 25, where we are closing in here on the trade deadline. Last episode, we did a draft. Think it's going to end up being fairly successful, but we will have to finish up um, taking a look at the draft picks and signing them. We also went through the All-Star break. We had a bunch of people make the All-Star game. We had some guys in the Futures contest as well. Just to go back over the guys that did make the All-Star team for us, Bryce Miller was the starter. Of course, we signed Bryce. At the beginning of the year, I know I say this a lot, we signed him to that big extension through 2031, and I think it's going to end up being the perfect storm for us throughout the rest of this series. Bryce has been the best pitcher, I think, in the American League right now. He is the front runner for the Cy Young. I think we're looking at potentially a 200 innings of just dominance. Logan Gilbert also made it. We did not have, unfortunately, did not have our closer make it. Cal Raleigh made it, who is sensational. He's still a top 10 guy in WAR amongst players in the American League. He's already hit more homers than he did all of last year. Continues to raise that batting average, easily having his best on-base percentage season while also slugging over 500 to this point. Really a nice, strong bounce-back year from a 2025 season that was not bad. So it was his second straight at 3.3. He has already been worth over 4 wins. Let's take a look. And then, of course, we also had Julio Rodriguez. It's not a great center field group right now in the American League because Aaron Judge is counting as a right fielder, of course. But Julio looking at another 2020 season. He's done that every year of his career. Should certainly get to that, barring injury. I think he's kind of capped himself a bit here. It's already a 95 overall. I think he's pretty well capped as to what he is going to be as an offensive player. But with his defense, close to 800 OPS is still a very, very solid player. And, of course, Jesse Winker, DH, made it. We did raise Brett Rios' potential. He did make the All-Star game, 22-year-old rookie, drafted in the second round last year, and through 100 games for Minnesota. He's been really, really good. 778 OPS. He's hit 12 homers, 22 stolen bases, despite not being overly fast. We raised his potential. That way he's at least not falling off, but definitely a very, very good player. But yeah, we're at 59 and 41. We're getting close to the All-Star break. I've kind of looked through other teams that are rebuilding, and I just don't think that we are going to make a move. What I would like is to somehow find a different second baseman, third baseman combo. Like Polanco has kind of done Polanco things. He's actually been better from an OPS perspective than he was last year. Despite a lower on-base percentage, 14 home runs. He's probably going to get around that 20-homer mark again, but not good at all defensively. He's been fine when playing, but he's just a guy. This is probably, and I like swinging with Polanco. He's a guy that I play better with, and I think that his attributes portray, but I just don't think that I don't think we're going to keep him another year unless he's very cheap. Luis Rengifo was our big off-season signing. Got him for another year. He's been better after a dreadful start, but he's going through another cold stretch here. I think he's going to bounce back next year, but he has been pretty bad this year as a starter. He has, in fact, been a negative WAR player, seen big drops in his contact that are really, really hurting him. But I just don't, other than Otto Lopez in Miami, because they're doing very bad, but he's still got like 3 years of team control. He's 27 years old. It would take us trading away one of our top prospects, such as Cole Young, who I'm expecting to be playing for us next year, probably taking over at second base. Just not really interested in making that move. Obviously, the starting rotation is really good. I mean, easily the best in baseball. Emerson Hancock, if one of those guys would get hurt, I think he'd come up and easily be a very solid fifth pitcher for us. The bullpen is certainly going through, in the last episode, a bit of a negative. Gregory Santos has not been great and is not pitching very well even still, but You know, he's had a couple of rough outings that are really hurting him. Snyder has been really up and down, but he's been great as of late. So I think you're fine there. Thornton has not been as good as he was last year. Has certainly had some very bad outings, especially 4 of his last 5 have been really, really bad. Up until that point, though, he was doing really well. Taylor Rogers has been good. Spire's been good. Brash has been solid. Of course, we are without, where is the injury list? Without Andres Munoz, but he should be back. And to me, that's kind of the big bolstering that you're going to get out of the bullpen, you know, kind of heading into September. So I think we'll be okay with the bullpen. That's essentially like adding in a trade piece there in and of itself. So what we're going to do, we're going to get through a large stretch here of August. We'll play a couple of moments, but really, you know, going to try to take a look maybe at contract extension, see what we're thinking as far as that's concerned. Take a look at our draft picks and where they stand. Take a look around the league. But we'll kind of take this series by series, see if there's something we want to drop into. We'll go ahead and simulate that one. We lost that game 2-1. Not great. So we get a bottom of the 4th situation here. We're down 1 out. Caden Marlowe at the plate. We'll simulate that one. End up losing that one 6-5. So we have lost a series here. Yes, we need to quit simulating. Take a look at our draft picks. Henderson, he's now officially fully scouted. I think he's going to be our closer of the future. I really do. I think he's going to be a guy that we can play fairly quickly with that hits and strikeouts per 9, pretty much everything but the walks. I think he's going to be on the higher end of, or at least in the middle of that potential. I think he's a guy by the time he's 20, 21 is at the big league level. Let's see if we can sign Henderson here. We got some money to work with. He declined that. Okay. Chris Cutliff cannot sign him yet, so that was pretty simple getting through that. Got another situation here. Top of the 9th. Got Taylor Rogers on the mound. We're getting up a couple runs here. Let's try to avoid getting swept. But yeah, we're definitely struggling a bit here in July, which we did last year as well. Definitely scuffled a bit around the All-Star break. Finished pretty strong in the regular season, but we're trying to at least be a top 2 seed in the American League. Got Rogers on the mound going up against Zach Neto. And Zach Neto's hitting one. Opposite field would have been a home run, but it is foul, thankfully. Missed the spot there. Come on, Rogers. See if we can bounce back. Throws that one in the dirt. No advancement, just a runner at first. We get 2 outs here and avoid the sweep. Offense has not been good in this series.
1 and 2 to count.
1 strike away now. We try to get the sweeper in, and we do get Neto, who mashes lefties to swing through the sweeper. Rogers looking to get the save. Ryan Noda now comes up, so a lefty-lefty situation. Yeah, getting Neto out there is huge with how well he hits lefties.
No balls, 1 strike.
Noda got pop against lefties. See if we can close this out. Rogers throws that one away. Can we get a Dale over at first? We do not. Or excuse me, at second. He gets through. It's been a minute since I've played this game. So we get used to my commentary again here. See if we can get this cutter again on the outside. We get him to chase. So 1 strike away. Everything has gone away from him. See if we can get this sinker. And not getting another pass ball here for Raleigh. All right, so 2 wild pitches. Set them up with a tying run at third now. Give me a call, Blue. We go back to the sweeper here, 3-2. Got Faith. How's it off? Try to backdoor a sinker on that outside corner, and we get the call this time. Mariners win. We avoid the sweep. So we got a very nice pitchers. Yeah, Luis Castillo, 8 innings of work, just outstanding. Just 4 hits allowed. Offensively, at RBIs from Crawford, Polanco, Burleson ended up with 2. No homers. Rosarena and Rengifo with doubles. Luis Castillo was great. Brash was not good at all in this one. Definitely hurting his season line. But again, he's been fine all year. Okay, so we do end up winning that one 4-3. 13 hits, should have scored more runs with that. But do at least avoid the sweep. But you see, we've been floundering for sure a bit as of late. Today is a day to sign draft picks. See if we can get Henderson signed this time. We're going to offer him more for sure. And we do end up signing Henderson. So very nice. 18 years old. Think he's got a very high probability of being our closer of the future, or at least a major part of the bullpen, if nothing else. See if we can get through a couple of these Washington games here. Golly, we are struggling. Emerson Hancock going to be out here for a couple of days, it looks like. Yeah, 12-3, 9-1. Pitchers just getting mashed. Don't see this a whole lot from Woo. 6 runs allowed in 4 innings. Trevor Gott has not been good here at all. And then 9-1. What happened here? Bryce Miller having a bad start. Of course, he's been great. Not overly worried about it. This bullpen is starting to become a bit of an issue. So maybe we do end up taking a look here around the deadline. I mean, you're getting Munoz back, but we have got to get something that's got to start working a little bit more into our favor. Let's see if we can add Cutcliffe here. We do end up signing another righty. It was all pitchers for us in this class. Do get a win here over Washington, so bounce back with a good day on the mound. Jorge Polanco knocks in all 4 runs, 1 hit. So very likely that was a grand slam, knocking everybody in there. George Kirby put us on his back. Thornton struggled again. The bullpen is definitely a little worrisome. So when we get Munoz back, you essentially just say that he's taking the place of Santos. Gott has not been good. Snyder has not been great. It's making me question it. Snyder's been really good as of late, but then he gave up 3 runs and got 1 out there. Yeah, so Thornton has definitely struggled. Rogers has been fine. Kind of struggling a bit here with Spire. And then Brash not pitching well over his last 10 games as well. Probably just going to stick. We might take a look, but we're 3-7. We'll readjust here after this look through the Houston series. So Hancock is fine now. Do get a victory. We don't have anybody to sign. Salcedo, we're in a spot here. 1 out. Jose Altuve, Jordan are on. Christian Walker at the plate, already 2 for 2. Let's see if we can get something done here with Salcedo against a righty hitter. Would like to win the series here against Houston. Our home run rankings are definitely dropping. Still 5th in on-base percentage, 3rd in ERA. The bullpen's just been a bit of an issue. The starting rotation has been outstanding, though. Let's see if we can hold this lead. Has not been a good start today. For us pitching, Julio and Winker have each hit home runs. Castillo got hit around after a really good start previously. We got Salcedo out there trying to shut down this rally here in the 6th.
That's a ball.
He has missed these first 2 pitches. Have to go fastball. Fouls that one off. Out in front of it. Okay. The change up again. It's low. Raleigh blocks that one up, thankfully. 3-1 count, though. Really struggling to throw strikes here for Salcedo. Does get a good sinker there. Backdoor slider on a 3-2 count. He's got it. Oh, we don't get a call there. Really nice pitch, but now the bases are loaded. Javier Diaz at the plate. It's a guy you can roll 2 on at least. He hits that one hard. That was going to sneak through. Marlowe misplays it out in left field. Right field, excuse me. 2 runs will score there. End up giving up the lead. Not the best in the world. Connor Norby.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Out there for them. Probably going to try to gun him down at second. Easily gets him there. So 2 out. Just need 1 more here. Get out of this jam. Only down 1. I'll say that fastball ended up getting a lot of the plate there. Gotta go this curveball. Gets him to chase. Raleigh is going to throw him out over at first. Norby's got a really high potential skill set, a lot of power with a lot of speed, but we are currently trailing. See if we get another situation here this game. We do not. End up losing this one 10-7. So not a great day from the bullpen here again. On a good day from the offense. Santos, Alceda, Thornton all struggling in this one. They get again those home runs though from Winker and Julio. 3 hits from Marlowe. Plenty of offense, not enough pitching. Nick Dunn, auto that one. Do get a victory, so we do end up winning this series 8-2. Raleigh and Arozarena hit home runs. Wu, nice bounce back start from him. Santos does throw 2 innings. Scoreless ball, a 5 RBI day for Arozarena. Good to see that. Anthony Santander being traded from the Blue Jays to the Cubs. Probably a good move there for the Blue Jays. They're not playing great. Alcantara is going to struggle to get on the field there with PCA ahead of him. Cade Horton, a high potential reliever. I don't think that's a bad move. Santander has really hit for power this year. Still got 3 years on his contract, though, that's probably not going to age particularly well. He's already declining. He'll probably still stick around in the lower 80s, maybe upper 70s by the time it's over, but should have power throughout that time. Okay, Jeff Hoffman is going to get traded now. Okay, so the Blue Jays traded him away. Got a couple of decent C prospects. Not great. Don't know how much either one of them are going to play long term. Still a couple of years away. Hoffman goes to the Royals, who have been, I believe, the best team in the American League to this point. Give themselves a closer that is struggling this year. So I'm sure they're hoping to get some work out of him. We do get that 7-1 win here. Jorge Polanco goes deep again. 3 RBIs. Got 2 from Julio. Hit a triple. Bryce Miller, really strong start there again. Thornton gives up another run, though, in his inning of work. So if we did want to make a move, I think it does need to be a reliever. Santos is our highest overall reliever, but he has struggled. He dealt with injuries last year, but he was great when we had him. Is there a guy here for maybe the Marlins that makes sense? Ronnie Enriquez, 25 years old. Still got a lot of team control. Soriano has been great after being bad the last 2 years. Has been great this year. We just at least go C. They were the only 2 relievers that to me kind of made sense. We'll at least go take a look and maybe see what it would cost to go get them. I'm starting to get a little worried about this bullpen. Would like to at least add a piece. Give maybe Santos a chance or somebody else a chance to kind of rebuild a bit. What would they want if we just did all? Michael Morales, deep potential starting pitcher, doesn't really make any sense for them to take. Cade Marlowe, a deep potential 28-year-old outfielder, doesn't make any sense. Williamson hits pretty well in AAA, but again, another deep potential guy there. And then Samad Taylor, a 27-year-old C potential. It's hit okay down in the minors. Got a lot of positional flexibility. He's got plenty of renewable time. He could maybe be a player for them. Let's take a look at that. Taylor, it's we got another couple of guys right behind him. Victor Labrada, 26 years old, C potential. Johnny Formello. Maybe this is a guy I need to kind of pay attention to. C potential, 21-year-old. Maybe not going to be a great player by any stretch of the imagination, but maybe solid. Samad Taylor, does he make sense for them in center field? Gavin Cross is a B potential. Lane Thomas. Enriquez has got a lot of like future time that he could pitch for them. I'm not really crazy about maybe giving him away. Troy Taylor, we could do 24-year-old, see potential. Get him a young guy that's pitched well in AAA. Still probably a little time away. He's only already had 2 of his 3 options used, so maybe that's not great either. See if we wanted to do. So they would say they want a little bit more value. I'm sure they would do some Mod Taylor for him as well. So 4 years of team control left on Soriano. Enriquez has got 4 years of control as well. Soriano's got B potential. Enriquez probably relatively close to his ceiling. And again, you're kind of taking a chance always with the relievers of them kind of falling back down to earth. Both of these guys have been really, really strong this year. Already use an option. Enriquez would probably give us a chance to send down Santos. He's only got 1 option left to use. Yeah. Salcedo. I mean, we actually are not really going to be able to send anybody down. We're going to end up having to stick with this, I think. We'll just play it out, see what happens. Hopefully it doesn't come back to bite us. Let's get through the trade deadline. See if they come back and get a win. They do not. We lose that one 4-3. Looks like we didn't hit great. 6 hits, 3 walks. Kirby was not great in this one for sure. Bullpen was solid. Just didn't hit. Okay. Last day to sign draft picks. End up winning this one 2-0. So we've at least taken 2 out of the 4 here against the Athletics. Win this one 2-0. I almost said a perfect game, but a complete game from Logan Gilbert. No runs allowed. Over 9. Complete game shutout. Rosarena and Garver not in the only runs. We scattered 8 hits and 5 walks. Should have definitely scored more runs than that. Let's take a look at our draft picks. Then we'll take a look at contract extensions and just see if there's something worth doing there. But let's start off. Let's see what we have got. Eddie, look at this. Oh, my, this draft class. Okay. Eddie Matos, 19 years old, 63 overall, 63 overall, 89 potential. Certainly looks like he is rock solid. Okay, so pretty happy with this. Overall, I think he's got a very high chance at being a piece for us down the line. Jim Flowers, 88 potential, 19. He's 59 overall. So it's going to take him a little bit longer. But again, we drafted him in the 2nd round. I think that's excellent value from both of these guys here at the top. Matos probably 2 years, 3 years from making big league rotation. You probably add on a year beyond that for Flowers before he can really start making an impact as long as they develop. Henderson, the closer, 86 potential, 64 overall. Once they kind of get to that 70 overall range, to me, I think they're eligible to be brought up for the bullpen. Got a great hits per 9 already. The walks are going to be an issue for him. For Flowers, not going to strike out a bunch of guys. Might struggle with the home runs, but everything's in a pretty decent spot. Matos is going to be a guy that gives up homers. So that's just one thing to look out for him. Jason Giordano, a 21-year-old at 64 overall. So he's a little bit older than those guys. Does not strike anybody out despite having a 99-mile-an-hour fastball. Has some control problems and based with the walks and the control number, but has 89 potential. Then Jason Farley, 18 years old, out of high school, 94 potential. He's a 53 overall, so you're talking about a guy that you'd wait till he's 23, 24 probably before he gets to where he's kind of in line to really be more of a pitcher. He's got a lot of work to do on his per 9s, but the velocity, pretty strong considering he's just a 3-pitch guy. Really makes him feel like more of a bullpen piece. See how he develops. Chris Cutliff, 83 potential, 57 overall. The walks are going to be the big issue for him because everything else is really in a good spot, to be honest with you, for a guy that's 57 overall. And then J.R. Peterson, starting pitcher, 74 overall, 75 potential. So this is who Peterson is. So he's a lefty, could be a long reliever for sure. The pitching clutch is, he's a guy that could be a starter for you for sure. 3-pitch guy probably makes him more of a bullpen piece that can definitely work as a long reliever. But certainly like the look at that from a contract extension standpoint. Crawford, been rock solid this year, a 725 OPS. Do you want to go ahead and try to give him like another year? What does that look like from a cost perspective? He would want right at $10 million to come back, be our starting shortstop next year. Do you go ahead and just do that and let this play out? He's been good. He's been consistent in this, in the series. 722 OPS last year, 725 this year. Probably going to get into the double digits in home runs, double digits in stolen bases. He's been a solid leadoff hitter for us. Has gotten on base. Plays perfectly solid defense. Isn't great there. What's he been worth from a WAR perspective? 3 wins. Yeah, we'll go ahead and see if we can't sign him to a $10 million. Give him exactly what he looks for. Longer contract. Let's boost it up to 11. So he wants the longer contract. Okay, so we'll have to come back to that one. A lot of these guys, Burleson really only plays against lefties. He's been really good doing that, though. Oh, Spire and Snyder, neither one of these guys have been great. Now you're getting down to kind of in lower end guys I wouldn't want to give an extension to anyway. Robles, Raley. We still got Raley for a couple of years under contract. This is it for Robles. He's been, to be honest, he's been better than he was last year. He just stole a lot more bases last year. OPS is slightly higher. WAR is probably going to be close to what he did last year. What would he want for a 1 year? Even if we did give him a 2-year extension, he'd want $13 million from us. Doesn't really seem like what we want to do. I got so many outfielders, and I got kind of other plans. Like Raley is probably going to play the outfield next year. What would it cost to bring back a Rosarena who has been lights out this year? At 850 OPS, this is a guy that probably needs to get brought back. He wants a 5-year deal. He's not going to get 5 years. He wants $16 million for another year. He's been sensational this year. We'll offer him 16-1. Add a few years. I just don't know if we can do that. There's really no point in trying to give Kirby and Gilbert these extensions, to be honest. They're at the peak of their value. They're going to want a ton of money, $30 million a year for Kirby, 31.5 for Gilbert. It just doesn't really make the sense to do that. Raleigh, we've got him for 2 more years. He's been great. He's a linchpin for us. Still boosting his overall, but he's pretty much right at his potential. 5-year extension, $12 million a year. We'll keep him here through age 34. We got Harry Ford, who I think could play the outfield. I did add left field eligibility for him because he's played it some in real life. Do we want to give Raleigh? So we have 1 more year. We have next year with him. So 5 years would put him at his age 34 season. 4 years, what would he want? 12.2. Let's offer him 4 years, 49. And we have signed Cal Raleigh to an extension. No, we've got some other stuff to go in. Spencer Packard looks good. Colin Shelby. We have signed Cal Raleigh to an extension. $12 million a year to me is great value for a guy that pretty well looks like he's going to give you 3 to 5 WAR. I think that's excellent value. If he's a little bad towards the back end of it, we do have a guy in Harry Ford coming up that I think could play some more minutes, play some more games. But I think you're going to get pop and a guy that's walking. He's improving in a lot of areas. Raleigh, I think, is going to be just fine going throughout this contract. Of course, he got the big extension in real life, so I think that's really cool. coming off of a 10-game heater as well heading into this. So now kind of our big linchpin pieces. Bryce Miller, we have signed through 2031. We have Raleigh signed through 2030. And we have Julio Rodriguez signed through 2034 with young pieces coming up, guys that I like Adrian Ramirez, who I'm trying to make room for to call up next year and hopefully offer him an extension before he gets to be super duper expensive. That is kind of my plan with him. But he has mashed AAA this year. He's a 77 overall. I think by the end of next year, he's going to be in the low 80s. Raley has been really good. I think that he could play the outfield for us. Because we're probably going to end up losing to Rosarena. Jesse Winker is going to be the DH next year. Rosarena we could bring back. You're probably going to lose Robles. I think it just kind of is what it is. We'll take a look at bringing him back, but the offensive profile is not good enough for me to really, beat myself up over if we miss him. We do have Burleson that could play a little outfield, but really is not great. He's really more of like that swing guy you occasionally want playing a little first, maybe a little DH. You could probably get by with him in right field because of the arm, but he is not going to give you a lot of value out there. So, just forward thinking, I think that Robles would probably bring back one of Robles or Rosarena. Rosarena is going to be fairly expensive, though, as we saw. Kind of depends on what contract offers he is getting brought in the offseason, but he is having a great contract year. So maybe you look at Burleson playing a little bit more right than you would like. You'll look at Luke Raley playing a little left field. I think he'll be just fine with his attributes. I think that'll be perfectly fine. Ramirez getting brought up to play first base for us is kind of just my forward thinking. And again, did give Harry Ford, who is hitting very well in AAA, despite having some drops in some of his attributes, up to a 72 overall, had to burn his first option this year. Definitely a good enough athlete, though, to also play left field. So he might be getting close to his time as a full-time regular for us as well. But the big news, Raleigh gets his big extension. Excited for that. And that's probably going to be it. Brian Wu, obviously, he just looks like he's going to be really solid for us, but we have a lot. We have 3 more years of team control. We got some pitchers that are coming up. We wanted to sign him for 5 years, $15.7 million. I think we come back and take a look at this at the end of the season. $15 million a year, you're probably getting pretty close as to what we have, but budgetarily, still have $40 million available if you're going to have, obviously, big arbitration years for Gilbert and Castillo will be coming off after next year. So Castillo, Gilbert, Bryce obviously making a ton of money. Starting rotation is going to be very expensive. Kirby, Gilbert, and Castillo are going to be very expensive through next year. Brian Wu, we will still have for a couple of years after that, so we could even come back. The good thing with him is he's right at his potential, so this is kind of just how expensive he is going to be. But definitely going to be some changes here along the rotation, but I don't think we're going to offer any more contract extensions at this moment. I think we'll just let the rest of it play out and see what happens in the offseason. Let's move forward here a little bit. Let's get a situation here. Bottom of the 8th. Up 1. Taylor Rogers on the mound. Brendan Rodgers at the plate. Let's jump in here and see if we can finish off this Athletics game and get ourselves a series win. Would be awful nice. Athletics have not developed or been very good so far in this series. Brendan Rodgers has been okay for them, a .638 on base percentage. We do have Rodgers versus Rodgers. Runner on first.
Ball 1.
Second time pitching with Rodgers
Ball 1,
today.
no strike.
1-0 count.
Hey!
That cutter in
1-1.
there.
That's ball 2.
2-1 count. He's definitely having some struggles in this episode, kind of putting pitches in a good spot. That's a good sweeper, though. Pitching that backside there. Bryce Miller and Logan Gilbert among the top 3 for the Cy Young favorites here. Would be really nice to get one of those guys to win that. 2-2 count. Cutter. Polanco, can he roll 2 out of this? Rengifo to first. gets the job done. You know what? We'll play the rest of this one. Alex Lane comes out for them. We got Winker at the plate. Let's go ahead and get Brash warmed up. Have him come in and get the save. Hopefully we can knock in a couple runs. So Lane throws pretty hard. Again, it has been a minute since I played this game, so the hitting in particular could be a little rough. 0-1 count here. Winker 2 for 4 day, swinging at a knuckle curve for no reason. 297 average. See what we can get.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Back him off the plate. 1-2 count now. What a signing Winker has been.
2 balls,
2-2. Good eye there. Yeah, Winker's been a major reason why this offense has improved and is more stable than it was last year. And he's going to get his 3rd base hit of the day, sneaking this one past Brendan Rodgers. So the first runner of the inning is on. Winker gets him a hit. Now it's Cal Raleigh, who just got the big extension, has got that average up to 276, 3 for 4 day. Watches the ball. 3 for 4, a home run and 2 singles, 5 for 11 in the series. Think we made the right decision.
Yeah.
Ooh, good curve there.
I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
Out in front. Split second. I almost got the fastball by me. 97 sinker is the hardest pitch in the game to hit. Seems to just move and come in quicker than a 100-mile-an-hour fastball. So Julio back down in the 5th spot today. 1 for 4. So I've gotten hits from all 3 of these guys. Might need to see if there's somebody got like a stadium built for Oakland that I can save and give to them, since we do play them with fair regularity. A little behind on the fastball there. Julio's going to fly out to center. So Winker gets the leadoff single, has not moved despite having Cal Raleigh and Julio hitting behind him. And now it's Luke Raley, 17 homers. You want to talk about a guy that went from about to lose his job last year. We almost went, Burleson as the full-time first baseman. Then Luke Raley tore the cover off the ball in the second half last year. And has been great this year. Swung through a super there. A little too early, okay. 0-2 count.
Ball, count.
Watch that one in the dirt. I'm not going to send him on that. Maybe we can get something to hit here with Raley. Something to drive. Fouls that one away. Yeah, you see his attributes there on the left. I mean, Raley can really hit righty. That's kind of been the big thing. After we traded for Burleson, as that one is going to get called out in right field. Taking Raley off the field against lefties, though, he has crushed righties over the past year or so. We'll bring in Brash, see if we can get the save of 4.15 ERA. He's just 11 for 15 in save opportunities. Has not been great. Tyler Soderstrom, 0 for 12 this series, hitting 242 for Oakland. Is not where we want to leave that fastball. At least he throws it hard. You can kind of get away with a little bit more.
That's out.
1-1 count. That is going to be a base hit there for Soderstrom. The lead runner is on. See where that cutter ended up. Roman Anthony, who of course they acquired in a trade. Last year has not been great. Improving a little bit this year though. That cutter's in a good spot. Just found the hole. Anthony to swing through that. Ooh, slurve in a bad spot, but it pays off. Looking at the backdoor slider here in an 0-2
1 ball,
count.
2 strikes.
Not. Watches it though, been all outside, so we can get a fastball by him, and we do a big strikeout there for Brash. trying to get through this inning before we get back to the top of the order. Nice pitching there from Brash. Miguel Andujar. Start off with a little slide piece. That one hit hard. Rengifo, though, able to bring it in. 2 down. Max Schumann. 647 OPS, 16 stolen bases. Last hope for Oakland here. Cutters in. 0-1 count.
Ball.
Good slider. Good eye, though, from Schumann as well. Fastball up and in. Strike 2. Down to your last strike. The slider gets him, and Brash gives up the leadoff hit. Gets 2 strikeouts. Gets somebody to line out to Rengifo. Gets the job done. Solid start there again from Luis Castillo. Was able to scatter around some hits. Big day for Rengifo. 2 hits. Got the average up to 224. Crawford, they definitely mixed up the lineup a little bit here today. Okay. Able to get it done. Who struggled out of the bullpen in this one? Rogers. Okay. So it seems like it's a different person every game, but we do get a victory there. Home runs from Raleigh, Rengifo, and Arozarena. 3 hits from Winker. Really nice day there overall. Do win this series there against Oakland. Trying to get back right. We're now at 6-4 over our last 10. Have they messed around with the lineups? They have not. Okay. Let's keep things moving. I'd like to get through this series, I think, against the Giants. That'll take us through about a month. Then we'll probably kind of get through the rest of the regular season. We might get through a little bit more. Let's just see what we got. Take it series by series here. At about 41 minutes. Yeah, we'll see. Orton, let's simulate the game there. Luke Raley out for a few days. Okay. We'll stop simulating there. We'll just make sure that we are putting, Burleson in both those spots. I'm okay with that. Burleson getting some extra at-bats then. Bases loaded. Julio at the plate. See if we can do a little damage here. The Red Sox giving up the most home runs in the majors this year. It's been a big problem for us, too, in quotations. Giving up the 6th fewest, but considering the ERA and everything. Brian Balow is on the mound. Got good energy, though. Bases are loaded. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Swinging
0-1.
at jump there. 0 for 2 on the day, 253 average. That's a base hit up the middle. Should knock in 2. And it does. Look at that Winker coming around from second, not overly fast. But Julio Rodriguez able to get a base hit up the middle. Love to see that. Now it's going to be a 3-1 lead. Still got a Arozarena now at the plate. Why is Julio hitting all the way at 6 some of these simulated games?
Ball.
Brandon does a nice job. Watches that. Cooper Criswell now on the mound. Does not throw very hard. 2 on, 2 out. 2-run lead. Thought that was a curveball. Doesn't even have, well, I guess he does have a curveball. If he did, I would have swung way too far out in front of it, but Arozarena going to pull that one over. Ends up being out, but Julio does get a 2 RBI single up the middle, and the ball he did not hit particularly hard. Get back to simulating. And we do end up getting the victory there. Looks like by the same score, 3-1. So we do get the game-winning hit, quote-unquote. Bryce Miller, again, great job on the mound. Bullpen had to throw the last 2 innings. Spire and Brash get through it with no run scoring. Still get a victory here against Allen. Brian Balow also pitched pretty well for them, all things considered, for sure. Let's see. So we've already won this series, and we sweep the Red Sox 3-1 and 9-2. See what happened in this one. So 2 home runs from Cade Marlowe, who is playing a lot out of 3 hits. Looked like Julio got the day off. Marlowe making the most of his opportunities here. Crawford and Garver also go deep. Had 3 doubles, stolen bases from Robles and Rengifo. Did have 3 guys get caught stealing. George Kirby, very good. Salcedo puts together a nice 3-inning outing there as well. Luke Raley is now injured. We'll just place him on the bench right this second. Now coming here, make sure we're putting him back in against righties. Still won't. What did Burleson do these past couple of games? Did okay. 3 hits in that series against Boston. Taking on the Mets now. The Mets have been pretty solid. We're 6.5 up in the West. We are currently the best record in the American League as the Twins and Royals are tied. Royals are struggling, 3-7 in their last 10. We're up to 8-2. Really taking advantage of the Athletics and Boston series is there. Of course, Boston's been really good. Let's see what we can do with the Mets here. They got a losing record. They beat us 10-4. Beat us 5-3. So just as you kind of start talking bad about other teams, it comes right back around. We do avoid this sweep though. So 10-4. Raleigh, Polanco, Robles all hit homers. Logan Gilbert gets, well, Jorge Polanco apparently has an error somewhere in that first or second inning. 7 runs given up by Gilbert, but only 2 of them are earned. Okay? Not a whole lot of offense really outside of that. Let's see this 3-5 game. Julio hits a home run. 2 stolen bases for Julio. Castillo was good. Taylor Rogers was bad. The rest of the bullpen was really solid. Got 2 hits from Julio. Was not really a whole lot else going on, though, with this offense. Okay? Then 3-2. Get RBIs from Crawford, Raley, Rengifo, stolen base from Arozarena, Brian Wu, and the bullpen were excellent in this one. Got 2 hits from Arozarena and from Rengifo. All right, let's get through this Giants series here. Get a 7-4 victory. Home runs from Rengifo, Julio, Arozarena, and Polanco. And get Bryce Miller with another great start. He's at 15-3 on the year. Thornton did not have a great outing, but Brash closes it out pretty cleanly. Lose that game 6-2. Andres Munoz is back. Okay, so now what that does, we have too many people here at the majors. Now we have to find somebody to send down, because obviously Munoz is going back and outstanding so far this year. Somebody needs to get sent down. Santos has not been great this year. He's got an option we can use. Snyder, it's not been great. Has been better as of recent. Spire has an option to use. He's been good for the course of the whole year, though. Thornton, been pretty dreadful, but we've used all of his options, so don't want to lose that. Trevor Gott has been solid. Taylor Rogers, don't plan on sending him anywhere. Salcedo, 32, out of options. They're really good this year. I think you essentially just have to send down Santos. Probably what we're going to do. Use one of his options. He just hasn't been good this year and hasn't been good as of late, so he's not particularly playing all that well. We'll send him down just to AA for right now, just so I don't have to move anybody else around. So that does make room for Munoz to come back and, of course, take that closer spot. Brash will swap up him and... You know what? We'll leave Brash in middle relief right now. He's not been good, but Rogers, Spire, Munoz there at the back, I think puts us in a good spot. Let's see if we can win this series here against the Giants. Logan Gilbert looking to get a shutout. We'll let that one roll. And we do get a 2-0 victory there. Win the series It's Jordan Hicks. Luke Raley hits a 2-run homer. Logan Gilbert, complete game shutout. As we head into this series here against Tampa Bay. Let's take a look at the awards. Marcell Ozuna looks like he's going to win MVP in the American League. He's been sensational. Bryce Miller leading the way ahead of Logan Gilbert here for the Cy Young. Okay. Let's take this Tampa Bay series game by game. Bottom of the 7th, 2 outs. Up 1, Luis Castillo at the plate. Spencer Torkelson, I believe that's who was at the plate there. For the Rays, who have not been very good this year, didn't really have anybody I was overly interested in trying to trade for. Torkelson, having a great season in real life, has just, again, still not been great. Luis Castillo's gotten to the bottom of the 7th, just 75 pitches, but he is in his first little bit of trouble here. Try to get a fastball by Torkelson. You need a good version of Castillo. That was not a good slider there. It's 0-2 count. Throw that slider a little bit farther. He doesn't chase it.
1 ball, 2 strikes the count.
Try to change up below the zone. Fouls it off. Then we can go back to the slider. If he doesn't swing out, we can go fastball up and in.
Ball, that's out.
Set him up with 3 straight off-speed pitches. Back to the fastball. Can still not get it by him. We'll go slider again. This time we'll try to hit the outside corner and dent that over the middle of the plate. Castillo throws hard enough. You can kind of go up in the zone a little bit. Torkelson really battled here. Junior Caminero behind him. We'll go slider. 3-2. And it's a great slider. Get through the 7th and get the job done there. Strong 7 innings there from Castillo. See if we get the victory. Munoz on the mound, trying to close this one out. His first action, I believe, since coming back from injury. 99. Good start. 95 there. 0-2 count quickly.
Nope, outside.
Couldn't get the slider to backdoor. It's not really a threat at the plate. Just try to get through a 101. He was able to catch up with enough to foul it off. Get the strikeout there of Rortvedt. Isong Kim not having a great year here at the plate. Still leading off for Tampa Bay, though. Can't decide if I like those uniforms or not. I think they're a little too much for me. Not a fan of the all black, like the neon green. Not in a baseball uniform anyway. 0-2 count. Munoz hung a slider there. Him hits a long way, but well out in front of it. His slider to
1
dip.
ball,
Ooh,
2 strikes.
almost hit him. 1-2 count. Try to go fastball. Almost threw it by him again. 99 Kim able to foul it away. Battling at the plate.
3.
Great slider. Gets the strikeout. Munoz 1 out away. Getting the save here. Josh Lowe. Who's standing in between him and that feet.
I got a ball, 1 strike.
Fastball got away from him there. Good slider. 1-2 count.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Lowe's got pop. You got to be careful here. See if we can get a good
That's a
fastball.
ball.
We do, but we don't get the count. 2-2 count. 16th pitch of the inning. Munoz
3.
gets the job done. Strikes him out. 1-0 win here for the Mariners. Crawford and Rengifo there in the middle. And it is Raleigh, our big extension guy, hits his 25th home run. The only run scored on the day, just 5 hits, 8 hits in total for both teams combined. End up being 8 innings for Castillo. Munoz gets the save. Nice victory there to start off this series. Got a great outing for Taj Bradley there if you're the Rays, but did not get any offense behind him. Okay. Brian Wu. I think he'll get out of the jam. End up losing that one 2-1. Okay. You're not hitting the ball very well. Luke Raley hits a triple. Rosarena with an RBI. Brian Wu gets out of that. Spire, though, gives up 2 runs there in the 8th inning. Lose that one 2-1. See if we can win the series here. Bryce Miller on the mound versus Joe Boyle, who's got a near 7 ERA. And Miller is looking for the shutout. 11-0. We'll simulate it. Do end up getting the 11-0 victory, so I'm assuming that means Bryce Miller does get the complete game, but we get home runs from Julio. Raleigh goes deep again. Polanco goes deep. Julio also hits a double. Rengifo with a stolen base. 3-hit performance for Polanco. Where's Rengifo? Just the 1 hit. Okay, his average is up to 235, though. Bryce Miller, complete game shutout. He's at 16-3. He may end up winning that Cy Young. What is Rengifo doing like over his last 10? It's got to be pretty solid. 351. 997 OPS over his last 10. Finally starting to get it together. Now has a 672 OPS. It was around 600 when we started the episode, so he has been scalding as of late. Good to see that. Let's get through this Detroit, at least a little bit of it. Victor Robles out for 1 to 2 weeks. We'll put him on the 10-day. Lose that one 8-4. Home run from Rosarena. Kirby gets hit around a ton in this one. Crawford gets 2 hits, kind of scattered that around. That means that we've got to find somebody to play right field. Marlowe, what's he done over his last 10? He's hit well. Obviously, he's not like a future piece or anything we're overly worried about, but he's hitting the ball. He's a little bit better defensively than Burleson, but we need to play Burleson out in right field there. I think against lefties, we'll put Raley back in here. We'll play Burleson, give him a little bit more. He's crushing it over his last 10, 803 OPS during that stretch. Obviously not here for a ton of pops, just 5 homers or 4 homers in his 50 games, but he'll get a little extra work. Get the victory there and bounce back. So we get a home run from Polanco. He is on a tear here as well, up to a 245 average. 2 hits from Crawford, 2 hits from Rengifo, who is on just a heater here for sure. Great job from the bullpen, and Logan Gilbert was great on the mound. Luis Castilla, we are top of the 8th, down 1. So we lose that one 3-2. Get a home run from Rosarena. Castilla was pretty solid. Brash was good out of the bullpen. Got the ERA back below 4. 10 hits, just kind of scattered them around, unfortunately. 3 hits from Rosarena, 2 from Burleson, 2 from Rengifo. Not enough. Julio's average is below 250. We do lose this series here against Detroit. Raleigh hits another home run. Julio goes 0 for 4. His average is down to 246. Brian Wu gets hit around. Bullpen was really good. Just nothing from the offense. Julio going through another stretch of cold streak. Let's see. Do we want to mess around with this lineup? Maybe try to get Julio a little bit farther down in it? Is it worth getting Raley? It's kind of a bad time to try to move him up. Rengifo is really on a scorcher right now. I think maybe let's just try it. Let's just see what happens for a little bit of time. See if we can move Julio down and kind of get him back going. At average, he's got a below 300 on base percentage. Let's move him down the lineup a little bit. He's got his clutch is 83. Now you got 3 pretty good guys here at the top. 349 on base percentage there, 368, and then up to a 324 for Rengifo, who's been at 400 on base over his last 10 games. Obviously, Raleigh has hit 3 home runs, but has really struggled over his last 10 after going on a heater around the time that he got the extension. Got to get some of these guys going. Got to get Julio going. Maybe moving him down the lineup here. We'll get through these next 2 series and see how things are looking. So 5-1 here over the White Sox. Get 3 hits from Rengifo, or 2 hits from Rengifo, 3 from Raleigh. Julio does go 1 for 4. Does hit a home run. Rengifo hits a home run, and Rosarena goes deep. Bryce Miller, again, just phenomenal on the mound. Brash gives up a run, but does okay, and then Munoz gets the save. 3-1 victory here over the White Sox. You get another hit from Rengifo. It's a double. You got 3 RBIs from Luke Raley. Not a whole lot. 2 hits from Burleson. Julio gets caught stealing. Good start from Kirby. Nice job from Spire and Munoz out of the bullpens. We've already won this series against Chicago. Do sweep Chicago, so that's a nice bounce back after losing 3 out of 4 to Detroit. Julio goes deep, a 3-run homer. The only hit he has on the day, though. Hard to complain. Winker and Raley with stolen bases. Logan Gilbert, man, they are racing towards that Cy Young. Munoz has been busy since he has come back. Does a nice job. 78-54 right now. Still the best record in the American League. 3rd best in all of baseball. Okay. Now let's just want to take a quick glance at the Cy Young race. Still in a good spot for that. Let's do, we haven't done a lot of hitting here, so we're down 1 in this game. Clayton Kershaw on the mound, Caden Marlowe at the plate. Haven't done a lot of hitting in this episode, I've been a lot of simulating. Really wanted to get a little farther into this season. Want to get to the playoffs. We'll have a big last episode. Probably just one more episode getting through this regular season. Marlowe at the plate, 2 guys on, 1 out, bottom of the 5th. Clayton Kershaw just comes in out of the bullpen. Marlowe has had his moments here in the sim. 355 with runners in scoring position. 26 hits, has knocked in, I think it's 12 runs so far. Got on the funky socks there as well. No reason to be swinging at that. Again, Marlowe, 28 years old, is not like a future piece, but seems to be a solid bench outfielder for us.
3.
Strikes out there. 3 pitches, lefty on lefty. Ryan Bliss at the plate. 14 stolen bases for him. See if he can get a hit to tie this game up. Swung through a splitter. Kershaw does not throw hard at all at this stage of his career. It's not bad timing, though. Built out in front. Try to focus on hitting it to right center. And instead, we're going to drive it deep into left, and Ryan Bliss is going to hit a no-doubt home run. Look at him go. Big 3-run drive there in the bottom of the 5th. A no-doubt home run. I ain't so sure. Well, how many home runs is that for him this year? Cannot be very many. His 2nd home run. Got one to drive and did just that. Now a 7-5 lead here for Seattle. Winker at the plate. That was a 12-6 curveball to drive. A little out in front of it. Winker misses. Might get that one through. Christian Walker makes a nice diving play over there. Ending the 5th. Go back to simulating a little bit here. Altuve hits a 2-run homer. What a 7th inning. They've already scored 2. Altuve hits the 2-run homer, and now the bases are loaded. Matt Brash on the mound, bottom of the 7th. Golly, guys, this bullpen, whoever it was.
Nope.
That was just off the plate.
Ball.
Not getting a call.
Yeah.
Hung a slider.
2
Able to
balls,
get Duran to
1
swing
strike.
through it, though. Come on, Brash. Good cutter. 2-2.
3.
Got him to chase the one-on-one way off the plate. Gets through that 7th inning. You know what? Finish playing the game. Randy Arozarena 2 for 3 in this one. Kershaw still on the mound here in the bottom of the 7th.
Aye.
Good slider. Throws a slider as hard as his fastball pretty much. It's crazy work. 7-7 Arozarena, 280, looking to get a big payday at the end of this year. Arozarena obviously was a late bloomer, was a rookie of the year in 2021. Already 31 years old.
Aye.
Oh my, there's nothing you can do with that anyway. Great 3-pitch set up there from Kershaw. Now Polanco is up to 20 home runs again. 245 average, 747 OPS. Polanco trying to earn another contract here in Seattle. Try to hit that ball the other way, but still a little bit late on it. Polanco pops up to Walker over at first base. Probably need to get somebody going in the bullpen. Couple lefties. We get Snyder and Salcedo warming up. Caden Marlowe now back at the plate again. Hit that ball back up the middle. Able to get to it. Runner is out at first. Okay. Able to tack anything on. We still got Brash out there. Cormick doesn't really matter. Mayton got a little bit more pop versus righties. Altuve does not overly matter. Brash got enough energy. Let's see if we can get maybe another batter or two here, just in case this becomes an extra inning affair. That's going to be a slider up the middle. Base hit. Hearing some boos from the crowd. Nick Maton. A little bit more pop against righties.
Ball 1.
Down low. 1-0 count. Hit just 3 homers this year. Brash
Aye.
throws the fastball by him, 99. Peyton does not hit righties. He's hitting 500 versus lefties
Ball
this year.
2.
Come on, Brash.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Hanging the slider. Brash only got 1 play though. It's over to first, so 1 down, but a runner at second. The go-ahead run. That was Altuve at the plate. He gets to Jordan, obviously. At this point, you pretty much have to keep Brash in just in case this one starts getting out of hand. Don't want Jordan versus a righty. Not that it's going to matter, as Brash is going to give up a run here as Altuve hits this one in the gap. Rodriguez not playing that one cleanly. Altuve is going to go for 3. Bliss over to third, but Altuve gets in. Julio could not throw that one cleanly. Call it a triple. Now Brash is trying not to make this any worse.
No, that's foul.
Foul ball, okay. They took him a minute to call that.
1-1.
That one in the dirt. Said he didn't swing. Have to see if we can score something in the bottom. Good pitch there from Brash.
3.
Fastball by Pena on the inside. That was Jordan. Obviously, it doesn't matter to Jordan. Going to have his clutch instead of that lefty contact either way. So we'll go with the less power. Bring in Salcedo to see if we can get him out. I've had success against Jordan here in this series. Salcedo a 3.24 ERA, 196 are what lefties are hitting against him.
Ball.
Does not get the call. I would like to get the call. 99 close for Jordan. This is not a good look. There we go. I say there were 2 really good pitches there back to back.
2-1.
In the dirt, 2-1 count. Raleigh blocks it up. Whew. Scorched the fastball. 2-2. Come on, Salcedo. Does not get him to chase. Goes to the backstop. Thankfully, it comes back to Raleigh. But now it's a 3-2 count. Christian Walker at the plate. Slider, it's away. That is going to be ball 4. So walks Jordan. That brings up Christian Walker to the plate. I have a lot of success with our pitchers today, to be completely honest with you. On that, sinker. Fouls it off.
Ball.
Low.
2 balls, 1 strike.
2-1, in danger of walking another hitter here. We're just going to throw a fastball, see if we can get that over the plate. We do. 2-2 count.
Count's full.
Not get the curve over. 3-2 count. Salcedo gonna get Walker to pop up. Polanco gonna grab it. Houston, thanks to a Jose Altuve triple, are able to knock in a run there from second base. Do take a 1-run lead. Can the Mariners, who had the Ryan Bliss 3-run homer earlier in the game, he is now stepping up to the plate, bottom of the 8th. See if we can tack on something here with the top of the lineup. Brian King throws pretty hard, but not his specialty. Bliss almost gets the fastball thrown by him, though. 0-1 count. Try to be patient here. Right center, right center. Went to right center. Behind on the fastball, flies it out. 1 down here in the bottom of the 8th. Have Snyder ready to go. Winker versus a lefty. Got something to drive, and he does drive it. Gonna go off the wall. That's gonna be a long single. And he's gonna get him off back at first base. You're kidding me. I knew that was probably not hit hard enough. I hit him going back to first just a half second too late. I can't believe the first baseman was even off the bag, got over there quick enough. Golly. Darren Hippo got a pitch to hit and pops it up. Okay. Let's hold him here. Come on, Snyder. Don't mess around with him. There we go. 0-2 count. Marlowe, good jump out there. He's a good defender, if nothing else, out in right field. Stone Garrett at the plate. There's no way he has to go in foul. Okay. Marlowe's had 2 blue reactions there back to back.
That's a ball.
At least something to monitor for a guy that's, you know, just a bench outfielder. Whew. Gets Garrett to chase. Garrett, by the way, has been sensational this season.
3.
There we go. Snyder looking good coming out of the bullpen here. This is a strikeout. Now it's Duran again. We have seen him today. Sweeper.
0-1's the count.
Snyder fastball. He fouls it away. Really, really efficient work here from Snyder. Looking good.
3.
Gets him to chase. Quick work there. 3 up, 3 down. Josh Hader, 3.52 ERA here for Houston. 3-time reliever of the year. Still got a pretty solid strikeout rate. Cal Raleigh, though, has got big power. 27 home runs, a 265 average. 879 OPS. Crushes lefties at the plate. Hader.
Ball.
Does not get the call on a beautiful slider there. 1-0 count. Raleigh. It's a 2-seamer. Thought that was a little bit farther up. 1-1. Oh, that was the pitch to hit. Early on the changeup, though. 1-2 count.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
2 count. Got to go back to that changeup this time, way off the plate. Raleigh does a nice job of not chasing it.
Count's full.
3-2 count. Julio on deck with 22 homers himself. Cal Raleigh, deep into the night. Home run. Cal freaking Raleigh. 28th home run of the season, 435 feet. The big man gets the job done. Big swing there for him. Big flies. And the game is tied. Julio. Got a pitch to hit first pitch, but grounds it into the dirt.
Now batting, the first baseman, Luke.
Now it's Luke Raley, 18 home runs for him. Can we get a walk-off?
Hey!
Woo-hoo.
0-1.
Good slider there. Really good.
Time!
Hit lefties well. Rosarena, these guys are all fine. Do you dare bring in Garver versus lefties? He cannot play first base. Yeah, I mean, Raley just not hit them well at all. Garver 60-75. We're going to bring in Mitch Garver here. 0-1 count, a little unfortunate for him. Garver's not been great at all this year, but hits lefties well, at least by the numbers. So it's 0-1 count for him, unfortunately. Got a pitch to drive, going the other way with it. Mitch Garver, the walk-off home run. Brought him in, down 0-1 in the count already. And Mitch Garver goes deep. Massive home run for him. Goes the other way. Josh Hader. Sensational closing pitcher. Just gave up a monster shot there to Mitch Garver. Drives that one way into right field. Cal Raleigh, Mitch Garver, both of our catchers go deep. And Seattle gets the victory. The 3-run homer from Ryan Bliss earlier in the game. Raleigh 3 for 4. That's one way to bounce back. Wow. So got an awful start from Castilla. A lot of the bullpen was really good. Spire and Brash were kind of a rough stretch. Salcedo and Snyder did what needed to be done in the end. But it was Raleigh and it was Garver in the ninth. Down 8-7. Each hit solo home runs off of Josh Hader to get the victory there over Houston. Wow. It's great. Houston obviously has not been great this year. Puts us at 6-4. We'll simulate this one. We get the victory again. Look at that. So Rengifo with 2 doubles, 2 RBIs. Burleson with an RBI. Julio gets a double himself. Brian Wu was great. Taylor Rogers, not great. The rest of the bullpen was, though. 2 hits from Rengifo, 2 from Burleson. A hit each from Raleigh and Julio. Okay, so we win this series. Miller looking for another shutout. Doesn't get the shutout. Victor Robles good to be reinstated. Okay, so we will activate him. So that's going to give us, okay, we're at 26. So that'll be fine for that. get through this one. So we end up sweeping. I never even looked at the stats. Crawford, Julio, Polanco, each with doubles. Burleson and Polanco with RBIs. Bryce Miller, great again. Munoz comes in there, does get the save, but gives up a run. Kind of scattered the offense, but enough to get the job done. Houston just 1-9 in their last 10. We're at 7-3. Been really, really good. I keep hitting the wrong button. Sorry. We're up 3 games right now as far as having the best record in the American League. Still the 3rd best record in baseball. And I think we're going to... Let's get through this Angels series. Then we're already at 1:20. You know what? We'll call it here. We'll simulate through it. I just won't play anything. Victor Robles going to place him on the bench for right now. Get a 4-2 victory there. Cal Raleigh, another home run. I think that's 29 for him now. Great job by Kirby in the bullpen. Lose that one 5-3. Rayleigh hits a home run. Gilbert gets hit around in this one. 3 hits from Rengifo. Been really good since we moved him up. Julio's been fine. Gets an RBI there. While moving down, let's finish up August. Mariners 82-55. Can we get a win here to finish up August? We do end up coming back, winning the game 6-4 late. Get home runs from Rengifo and Polanco, who I talked about at the beginning of the episode, really wanting to get another second baseman, third baseman, some kind of combo. Both those guys have been really good. Rengifo has been phenomenal in this episode. Polanco has been great as well. Good start from Castilla. Largely okay out of the bullpen. And we are heading into September 83-55. The best record in the American League, still by those 3 wins. Let's just finish things up. I want to take a look to see what Rengifo, the numbers. I know at one point in this episode he had exactly a 600 OPS. His OPS now is at 703. I'm almost positive at some point in this episode he had a 600 OPS. He hit that well in the month of August, just crushing it. Now making us look good, starting to correct a little bit of some of the regression he's had. Starting to look like the guy that we spent the money on to sign, Jorge Polanco. Over his last 10, a 949 OPS for him with 2 homers during that stretch. Yeah, love to see it. Getting the big jobs out of them. Julio, it's been about 10 days since he got moved down. Okay, been fine. Yeah, so we'll finish up the regular season here in the next episode, kind of no matter how long it takes, even if it ends up being something that's kind of an hour and a half. In case we maybe want to play, maybe some of this Royals series, if that ends up being crucial to us having the best record in the American League. But yeah, if you enjoy the content, like and subscribe. So good to be back here playing MLB The Show. Check out my other work on the channel with the Tulane Green Wave Dynasty on College Football 25. We're getting ready to wrap up in my Atlanta Hawks franchise on NBA 2K25. Thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, peace.